Hare Krishna. Okay. Om Jnanatimirandasya Jananjanasalakaya Chaksaramritamina Sri Gurave Namaha Sri Chaitanya Manibhistam Stavitam Yenabhutalem Swayam Rupa Kalamayam Dadati Sabadantikam Vandeham Sri Guru Srita Bharakamalam Sri Guru Vaisnansa Sri Ruvam Sagrajatam Sagana Raghunathan Vitantam Sajivam Sadhutam Sadhutam Parijana Svetam Krishna Chaitanya Devam Sri Radha Krishna Padan Sagana Lalita Sri Visakanitam Sha He Krishna Karuna Sindhu Dinabandhu Jagat Pate Gopesa Gopika Kanta Radha Kanta Namastute Tapta Kanchana Gaurangi Radhe Vrindavaneshwari Vrishabhanusute Devi Pranamami Hare Priye Vancha Kalpatarvyasa Kripa Sindhuvye Patitanam Pavanebhyo Vaishnavibhyo Namo Namaha Sri Krishna Chaitanya Prabhu Nityananda Sri Advaita Gadadhara Sri Gaur Bhaktavinda Hare Krishna 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 Hare 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 Rama 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 Hare Hare. So Hare Krishna. So I hope that this will facilitate uh, if there may be some question in the matter of translation. So I will make this also recorded. So somebody who is responsible for translating a certain part of the book, it is Science of Self-Realization, that maybe can later on, I will make this like a schedule as well for the future. This one because today is the first day and there is no certain time yet for this. So I record this. So Hare Krishna. So we will start from very first. I will share the screen here. Hare Krishna. I think Tia is inside now. Are you there? I don't hear you yet.
So I didn't hear you. Hare Krishna.
Yeah, do you? Yeah, Hare Krishna.
Hare
So
Krishna, so I
do you
hear.
do you see the screen now?
Yeah, I saw it.
Yeah, this is your part, I think.
Yeah.
Yeah, so we will read together here.
So no one here attending class, attending the joint.
It's
Okay.
okay. Because today is the first day, and then I make initiative to make like this. It's also
Yeah.
recorded. It's also recorded. So
Okay. So
okay.
I just finished education
Mm-hmm.
and already finished.
Yeah, maybe we can read together, and then if you
Yeah.
have any doubt, we can discuss what does it mean.
Yeah.
Okay,
Yeah.
I already start the prayer. That's one.
Okay.
Okay,
So
so the
should I read now?
dedication. Okay,
Uh,
if you would like to, yeah, you can write. Yeah.
yeah. So dedication according to material vision. Our beloved spiritual master, guide and friend, His Divine Grace, A.C. Bhakti Vedanta Swami Prabhupada, passed away from this world on November 14, 1977. But actually, he is still present. As Srila Prabhupada often pointed out, there are two ways of associating with the spiritual master through his physical presence. Vapu and through his instructions, Vani. Sometimes we can associate with the spiritual master through his physical presence and sometimes not. But we can always associate with him through his instructions.
Okay. Yes, I over there is actually this part is
Mhm.
written by the editor.
Yeah.
Then I think it's very clear here.
Mhm.
Yeah, according to
Yeah.
material vision.
Yeah.
Yeah, here the editor said that they
Mhm.
just know Srila Prabhupada that and they said that they or uh, already not being with Srila Prabhupada anymore physically, yeah, in material
Mhm.
vision. By eyes is no longer with Srila Prabhupada because Srila Prabhupada passed away.
Yeah.
But actually, Srila Prabhupada is still present because there is two way how to associate with spiritual master. One is
Yeah.
uh, Wapu,
Mhm.
and the second one is Wani. So here is
Yeah.
the Wapu. Yeah, Wapu mean usually when we with spiritual master and we with him like personally meet
Mhm.
directly like that, and then we
Yeah.
offer some service. That service is considered as Wapu. But most of the time, actually, disciple is not with spiritual master physically like that. But still,
Mhm.
we can serve our spiritual master uh, by his instruction. What our
Okay.
spiritual master want us to do, and then we do that. Then that is also service in serving according to his instruction. Then that is
Yeah.
Wani. Yeah.
Yeah.
So I think
Yeah.
this
I
part is
think here right now also
uh-uh.
they also joining the
Yeah. We'll see.
meeting now.
Okay.
Yes. Okay. Uh, so in this point, when I read to this point that said that so spiritual master guy and friend his divine grace AC Bhakti Vedanta Swami Prabhupada. So can you explain about like he here and say that friend? So that means that this sentence. So the translator want to say that the spiritual master also can be spiritual master and also can be friend like that or what?
In here, Srila Prabhupada is also considered as a friend.
Okay.
Yeah, because yeah, he is very very dear to us. It means like that. It doesn't mean
Okay.
that we consider our spiritual master as ordinary friend, like like what we have in. But it means that here he is very dear to us, very close to us.
Okay.
So sometimes we
Yeah, I
reveal, yeah.
yeah here I already translate in my I also say friend like that.
Yeah, yeah,
So
yeah.
yeah,
Friend here, it means that he is very close to us, not because
yeah,
like a ordinary friendship, like
yeah. I think reader will understand this.
yeah, yeah.
The reader
Okay.
will understand.
So, I welcome Thay.
One more thing, Prabhu.
Yes,
Sorry.
yes.
One more thing that wait, I will show the point. So, as Srila Prabhupada often pointed out, there are two ways of associating with the spiritual master through his physical presence,
Bapu.
Wapu, and
Yeah.
through his instructions.
Instruction one.
So, instruction, because if we translate in Khmer, it will short Can we summarize a little bit? I mean, like just to explain, for example, like if we translate in Khmer, we won't try to say that sometimes we can associate with the spiritual, with the spiritual structure. I mean, like we can say in Khmer, like sometimes we can associate with his teaching or his guiding.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's teaching. Yes, we can say instruction is also the teaching of
Yeah,
spiritual master, or the instruction of spiritual master.
yeah.
Yeah, instruction
I
mean
already, I
yes,
already translate actually. But
yes.
I put in my computer, so we'll read that.
Okay. So now Tay is also here. I don't know if
Uh,
he already.
yeah, here is Tay.
Yes, I
Also,
Okay,
also
Hare
here.
Krishna. Welcome.
Hare Krishna.
Yes. Okay, so maybe they have any question on this part. It is Kia's part actually, but if you have any also maybe something you can just asking now right away. Otherwise, we will continue to the next part. Should we continue to the next part?
Yeah, you should.
Okay, so
You
we
should
can,
continue.
yeah, we can continue the next part. Okay, I will see now. Where's the now? I think another part of the book can be seen in the PDF one. This one, the only part which is not in the PDF. Okay, I will now share another screen. Okay, now it's more.
yeah, you can read it. So,
Yeah, I will also share. Wait, just a
yeah,
minute.
okay.
Okay, here. Okay, it's visible to everyone now. I think make bigger, a little bit bigger. Yeah, I think bigger. It's visible to everyone now. This is forward. Yeah, the next part of the book. If it is possible, I can just write now.
Oh, I
Read,
couldn't
read.
see now, brother.
You cannot see.
I
Yeah,
can
just
see.
only.
Please move
Huh?
this window away from the share. Wait. Okay, yeah. Oh, Krishna. I'm not so much. Oh, wait. I'm not familiar yet with sharing the screen because it's first time for me as well. What do you see there in the screen? Nothing?
Oh, now I saw that, but because it's small.
Smaller, yeah.
Anyway, my phone is can actually can zoom my phone.
I just stop first sharing and then start again maybe. Let's see. Sorry for inconvenience because it's first time for me to share screen like this.
Share screen.
How now? How about now? Still
Yeah,
Okay,
it's okay now.
I can see.
okay. Yeah, little by little. How about now? Still visible like before, right?
It's good now.
Okay. Okay, we can start now.
Yep.
From the very start, I knew that His Divine Grace, A.C. Bhaktivedanta Swami Prabhupada, was the most extraordinary person I had ever met. The first meeting occurred in the summer of 1966 in New York City. A friend had invited me to hear a lecture by an old Indian Swami on Lower Manhattan's Bowery. Overwhelmed with curiosity about a Swami lecturing on Skid Row, I went there and felt my way up a pitch black staircase. A bell-like rhythmic sound got louder and clearer as I climbed higher. Finally, I reached the fourth floor and opened the door, and there he was. Yeah, so here, I think I pointed out this word, extraordinary, mean extraordinary mean not ordinary, or something very wonderful or great person.
Amazing, yeah.
Yeah, amazing person. Yeah, we can say like that. It's not ordinary person, extraordinary person. And then occur here, if you have any question, occur mean here happen. Yeah, happening or taking place. Yeah, the first meeting taking place, we can say like that. Occur. Yeah.
Wait a
Yes.
moment. Can I move on to the word ex extraordinary person?
Yes.
Um, because if we have Khmer, we have like two words, so we can say like មនុស្សអស្ចារ្យឬក៏មនុស្សអច្ឆរិយៈ So do you think which one is better for you? Like
Maybe avatar.
Acharya. Cha, I think
Acharya.
is good. It's
Okay,
yeah.
so Acharya.
Yep, we can
So
say
yeah, yeah,
wonderful
Acharya
personality.
is kind of like the ensign of our ensign sister Bill and Coward. So we call a like extraordinary. Extraordinary. So so I should use Acharya, right?
Um,
Or anyway, so I can
you
put
can decide. Yep.
Acharya. So and then we will discuss when we are review
Yes,
on
that's also good. Yeah.
days.
Yeah, the point here is that he is not ordinary person. He's a wonderful person. Yeah. And then the first meeting occur mean happening or taking place. And then Swami here is a Sanskrit word. Swami mean like let's say Maharaj, or one who is already entering fourth asrama. There is four asrama: brahmachari is student life, monk, like that, also monk as junior monk, and then grihastha mean householder life, and then vanaprastha is cholni, what we can say, yeah, already finish responsibility in the family and then cultivate more spiritual life. And then the last one enter the bhikshuka or sannyasi. So in sannyasi or the fourth asrama, they call swami. Swami mean the controller. Yeah, swami or goswami. Yeah, this is the title. Okay, for Maharaj. Swami. Swami also sometimes when a wife call her, I mean her, how to say, her husband also Swami, I mean his master, like that. Swami is master. Goswami. Yeah. And in Khmer also there is word for like that. And this is Lower Manhattan's Bowery. This is the name of place. Overwhelmed. Yeah. This word means that giving too much influence. Yeah. Overwhelmed is giving too much influence. Yeah. Or very influencing, giving influence very much. Curiosity means inquisitiveness, want to know something. Swami is again. And then lecturing on the Skid Row. We can also find out in the dictionary like that. And then this here, one who wrote is Mukunda Swami, is one of Srila Prabhupada disciple. So he was telling about how first time he met Srila Prabhupada. Yeah, I think for this first paragraph is clear. Rhythmic sound got louder, clearer as I climbed higher. Meant that Maharaj, Mukunda Swami, is walking on the staircase. It's rain very hard now here. Okay. The sound is a little bit disturbed.
Oh, here is raining?
Rain is very hard. Just not.
Oh. I just stay in Chuk village, but here is
no rain. Okay.
no rain here. Nothing.
Yeah, I will make my volume higher now, so that maybe
Okay.
can be more audible, because the sound of rain is very hard.
It's okay now
Okay.
because you have a microphone. It's still clear.
Yeah. It's quite useful that last time got this microphone. Okay, then continue.
Yeah.
About 50 feet away from where I stood, at the other end of a long, dark room, he sat on a small dais. His face and saffron robes radiant under a small light. He was elderly, perhaps 60 or so, I thought, and he sat cross-legged in an erect, stately posture. His head was shaven, and his powerful face and reddish horn-rimmed glasses
gave him the look of a monk who had spent most of his life absorbed in study. His eyes were closed, and he softly chanted a simple Sanskrit prayer while playing a hand drum. The small audience joined in at intervals in call and response fashion. A few played hand cymbal, which accounted for the bell-like sound I'd heard. Fascinated, I sat down quietly at the back, tried to participate in the chanting, and waited. So here again, the writer, Mukunda Swami, is telling the story again. So the word here, days here means stage, like a stage, where usually somebody, like a stage. This is stage. And saffron is like yellow, like the brahmacharis or sannyasis. Saffron, the color. Robes mean like chipo, like the monk. They have the cloth they wear. That is robes. Radiant means glowing, like, how to say, a lot of light, radiant. He was elderly, perhaps 60 or so, I thought. He sat cross-legged in an erect, stately posture, like sitting like cross-legged. We call Padmasana. And stately posture means like sitting like very elegant. It's not like very like this, but sitting very elegant, like very.
Okay. Brave, right?
Yeah, very like.
Very brave, something like that.
Straight, okay. Yeah, straight, like very elegant, like a king. Like very dignified, like sitting very strongly like that. although Prabhupada at that time very old, but he's not sitting like a very morose or very weak like that, but he's very strong like this. Okay. Yeah, in an erect, stately posture. Not like this, but straight. Yeah. His head was seven. Seven means kausa. And then powerful face, reddish horn rim glasses is describing about the glasses. I think it's clear, yeah? Absorbed in study. His eyes were closed. He softly chanted a simple Sanskrit prayer while playing a hand drum with mridanga. Hare Krishna. Yeah, hand drum. And the small audience joined in an interval in call and response fashion. Mean that Srila Prabhupada sing, and then after some time, somebody will repeat. And then Prabhupada again. And then later on, they again. And then Prabhupada again. That is called in call and response fashion. Yeah, changing. Symbol, hand symbol is kartal. Hand symbol. Like cheng. Yeah. Chaya. Kia already know. The cheng symbol, hand symbol, or kartal.
Yeah, I was thinking to use that word in Khmer. What we call it, cheng, something like that. I think we can use the word.
I think I saw before There is two types, chap and ching. I read in the
Okay.
book of traditional Cambodian musical instrument. There is two types, ching and I forgot one. I continue to the next paragraph. After a few moments, the
Okay.
Swami began lecturing in English, apparently from a huge Sanskrit volume that lay upon before him. Occasionally, he would quote from the book, but more often from memory. The sound of the language was beautiful, and he followed each passage with meticulously detailed explanation. Yeah, and then here continue the story that Srila Prabhupada actually starting the class, that Srila Prabhupada most of the time quoting from memory. Yeah, Srila Prabhupada memorized a lot of slokas. Most of the time Srila Prabhupada recall from his memory, not open the book like that most of the time. Yeah, huge mean very, very big. Apparently from a huge Sanskrit volume. Volume here is a, we can say book like that, certain book. Yeah, Sanskrit volumes. Lie down in front of him, before him and in front of him. Occasionally means sometimes. He would quote the book from, yeah. The sound of language was beautiful, and he followed its passage with meticulously detailed explanation. Very much meticulously, we can say. Very much detail. Very detailed. Yeah, we can say. And then next paragraph. He sounded like a scholar. His vocabulary intricately laced with philosophical terms and phrases. Elegant hand gestures and animated facial expressions added considerable impact to his delivery. The subject matter was the most weighty I had ever encountered. I'm not this body. I'm not Indian. I'm not an Indian. You are not American. We are all spirit soul. Yes. He sounded like scholar. I mean, the way Srila Prabhupada giving a class is like a scholar. Yeah. And a lot of philosophical terms and phrases. Elegant hand gesture. Hand gesture means sometimes Srila Prabhupada, not when giving classes, not just like this, but sometimes we can see Srila Prabhupada, like when see his video, sometimes when he giving class, it's very live. He's making expression and also gesture. Gesture mean the hand, like this, or something. Yeah. The hand language, the body language. Gesture is body language. Hand gesture mean some movement with our hand in our presentation. Not that. Animated facial expression. Yes, mean it's not always the same, but with different type of expression. The subject matter was the most weighty, very heavy. Weighty is very heavy, or very difficult, very hard. I had ever encountered. Encounter here, what he met, or the that something that he used to face with or to deal with, encounter, I mean,
I'm not this body. I'm not an Indian. You are not American. We are all spirit soul. Yes. I think no, it's clear, right? Continue. After the
Yeah,
lecture,
it's clear. Yeah.
yeah, yeah. You have any question?
No, I just say you can continue.
Yeah. Okay. After the lecture, someone gave me a pamphlet printed in India. A photo showed the Swami handing three of his book to Indian Prime Minister Lal Bahadur Shastri. The caption quoted Mr. Shastri as saying that all Indian government libraries should order the books. His Divine Grace A.C. Bhaktivedanta Swami Prabhupada is doing great work, the Prime Minister said in another small tract, and his books are significant contribution to the salvation of mankind. I purchased copies of the books, which I learned the Swami had brought over from India. After reading the jacket flaps, the small pamphlet, and various other literature, I began to realize that I had just met one of India's most respected spiritual leader. Yeah, Mukunda Swami continue his description about his receiving the pamphlet of Srila Prabhupada, for example, like printing publication pamphlet, small, and on this pamphlet there is a picture that Srila Prabhupada giving books to uh, Prime Minister of India at that time. And then also in the pamphlet is mentioned about Srila Prabhupada is doing great work. It is the quotation from the Prime Minister. And then Prime Minister also was suggesting all libraries in India to purchase this book. And then Mukunda Swami start to know about these matters. And then he was uh, very sure, yeah, very impressed that no, I'm not actually now I'm meeting with a very respected spiritual leaders of India. Yes. If you have any question, just ask right away. We can continue then. But I could not understand why a gentleman of such distinctions was residing and lecturing in the Bowery of all places. He was certainly well educated and by all appearances born of an aristocratic Indian family. Why was he living in such poverty? What in the world had brought him here? One afternoon, several days later, I stopped in to visit him and find out. So Mukunda Swami here was surprised why such a spiritual leader, such a very learned scholar, that he is teaching in such kind of place, which is not very good. This is not very nice place because usually when there is a guru from India, if they come to America, they will is in very nice place and very luxury like that. But now why he, Srila Prabhupada, such a great man, is giving lecture in such a place, which is not very nice. It's just like sense of poverty. Yeah, of all places. I mean, why? Why is not in another place which is better than this? Yeah, aristocratic mean something like from, yeah, from higher family. Yeah, it's not from like ordinary family, let's say. What in the world had brought him here? Yeah, why? Why Srila Prabhupada come here? And then later on, Mukunda Swami come to visit and try to ask all these different questions. Why? And then continue to the next description. To my surprise, Srila Prabhupada, as I later came to call him, usually that time, Mukunda Swami is not calling him as Srila Prabhupada, just as Swami, like that. Was not too busy to talk with me. In fact, it seemed that he was prepared to talk all day. He was warm and friendly and explained that he had accepted the renounced order of life in India. Yeah, renounced order of life is sannyasi. Yeah, I mentioned previously there is 4 order: brahmachari, student life, yeah, and then married life or grihastha, and then vanaprastha, like Kalaprabhu now is vanaprastha. Yeah, and then the last one is called renounced order of life or sannyas for the Swami Maharaj. Yes, it's senior monk in renounced order of life. That is here mentioned, and that he was not allowed to carry or earn money for his personal needs. Yeah, that is one of the regulation for this sannyas, for the Swami. He had completed his studies at the University of Calcutta many years ago and had raised a family. And then he had left his eldest sons in charge of family and business affairs, as the age-old Vedic culture prescribed. Yes, here there is explanation in Vedic culture for higher part of the society, one who is a Brahmana or Kshatriya, after they finish the family duty, they not too much dealing again with the family when the responsibility is finished. Here, it mentioned that Srila Prabhupada is already finished with the family responsibility. Yeah, he already give the responsibility of taking care of the family business and his wife, yeah, so that he entering this sannyasi or entering to the monk life again. Yeah. So to enter the renounced order of life should be already in the mature situation. It's not just because we have trouble with family, and then we leave the family, and then we become monk as like that. Supposed to, we already finished the responsibility. All the children already growing up, and they can take care of the family. Then entering, by the instruction of spiritual master, then we can enter a renounced order of life. It's not for everybody. A renounced order of life only for few people. We just have that inclination. Okay. So one of regulation for one in renounced order of life.
So, wait a moment. Which part now? Wait.
Here
Let
in
me try.
the which paragraph? I think
I reading the book
1,
issue.
2. Yeah, that's good also. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. 7 paragraph.
7.
Yeah,
Okay.
7 paragraph. 7 paragraph. I count as 7 here. It's starting from to my surprise. Is that correct?
Okay. Yeah, I got it.
Yeah, okay. So again, he had completed his studies at the University of Calcutta many years ago and has raised a family. And then he had left his eldest son in charge of family and business affairs. So when Srila Prabhupada entered sannyasi, he's already finished with the family responsibility. The son and all children already grown up. Yeah, already growing up, and he need to continue his mission. Actually, the spiritual master, his spiritual master instruction, Bhaktisiddhanta Saraswati, to preach this bhakti yoga teaching to English-speaking country. Yeah. So, and then he had left his eldest son in charge of family and business affairs, as the age-old Vedic culture prescribed. Yeah, so here Srila Prabhupada is following the Vedic culture. Yeah. After responsibility finished in the family, then continue. Yes?
Sorry.
Yeah.
The Vedic culture prescribes. What should we say in Santan and Khmer? This is like
Vedic.
So the Vedic is mean. Can you explain the Vedic?
Vedic, yeah. Vedic mean Vedic culture mean the culture who is based on Veda.
Okay.
Yeah. Vedic culture mean the culture based on the Veda. Yeah, we can say maybe Wabato Raka Tamniam Tamlop.
Okay.
And then it's based on, I don't know how to express this. You're not best, you're better for this. Yeah. Vedic culture mean the culture which is based on Veda. Prescribe mean how to say, the injunction or the what is given, what is the instruction. So again, continue. After accepting the renounced order, he had arranged a free passage on an Indian freighter Scindia Steamship Company's Jaladuta through mutual friends. Yeah. So here, Indian freighter here, if you don't know this word, this I opened the dictionary earlier. It means that ship that used to bring goods, not for bringing people. Like for example, bringing oil or bringing spice or whatever. It's not for bringing people, not the passenger, but it is to bring the goods. The
So like for like
boat,
cargo or something like that.
ship
Cargo,
or
right?
boat. Yeah, cargo. Let's say it is
Mm.
a term for that time, for that thing. Very big. This one is a very big boat, ship, not a boat.
Yeah.
It's Jaladuta. We know Jaladuta is the ship that Srila Prabhupada going to America. Not in modern days, from India to America, just fly in the flight. But at first time, Srila Prabhupada came by ship, not passenger ship, but to bring the goods. Already 69 years old that time, alone again, Srila Prabhupada, old man that time, already old man. And then in September 1965, he had sailed from Bombay to Boston, armed with only $7 worth of rupees, a trunk of books, and a few clothes. His spiritual master, His Divine Grace, Bhaktisiddhanta Saraswati Thakur, had entrusted him with the delivering India's Vedic teaching to the English-speaking world. And this was why, at the age 69, he had come to America. He told me he wanted to teach Americans about Indian music, cooking, languages, and various other arts. I was mildly amazed. Yeah. So here, sailmen, yeah, going by ship or departing, we can say. For the aeroplane is, let's say, take off, but for the ship is sail. Yeah, going with the ship, it means sail. Yeah, sailing from Bombay to Boston, armed with only $7. Only bringing, armed with, I mean, equipped or having only or holding something.
Mhm.
Yeah, Srila Prabhupada only hold $7 equal rupees. They're not bringing dollars, but rupees equal to $7 that time. A trunk of books. Trunk is how to say, box, we can say. It's a box of books and few clothes. Yeah, entrusted here mean giving trust or giving this to him to do something. Like delegate, we can say delegate. Entrusted mean delegate to somebody to do something. Yeah, so Srila Bhaktisiddhanta Saraswati Thakur entrusted Srila Prabhupada to teach in English-speaking country. And this was why at age 69, he had come to America. He told me he wanted to teach Americans about Indian music. Okay, I think it's clear here. If there is no question, we just continue. We still have several paragraphs to read for today's, and we have, I think, another 50 minutes still. I saw that Srila Prabhupada slept on a small mattress and that his clothes hung on lines, not online, not internet, but on a line, like
Queue.
yeah,
On the
like
queue.
we can say. Yeah, lines like something.
Yeah,
Yeah, understand,
yeah,
right? Lines at the
like
back of the room where they were drying in the summer afternoon heat. He washed them himself and cooked his own food on an ingenious utensil. I'm not seeing this in dictionary yet. What does it mean, ingenious utensil? Uh,
can you
and he had,
similar that word?
yes,
Maybe
ingen,
you can
uh,
you similar that
yeah, yeah. I will find it later on.
okay.
Utensil had fashioned with his own hands in India. In this four-layer apparatus, he cooked for preparation at once. Stacked all around him and his ancient-looking portable typewriter. In another sections of the room were seemingly endless manuscripts. He spends almost all of his waking hours, about 20 and 24, I learned typing the sequels to the three volumes I had purchased. It was a projected 60 volume set called the Srimad Bhagavatam, and virtually it was the encyclopedia of spiritual life. I wish him luck with the publishing, and he invited me back for Sanskrit classes on Saturdays and for his evening lectures on Monday, Wednesday, and Friday. I accepted, thanked him, and left, marveling at his incredible determination. Here is describing about Srila Prabhupada washing his clothes by himself and put in the line, like maybe like, yeah, line, maybe, I don't know, maybe like a cable or something, small thin things. We can say line, like a wire or something. Cook his own food in Chinese utensil in this four-layer apparatus. Yeah, actually, I don't know if it's here. If you usually know somebody to steam, what is that? Cake in Cambodian cake. Sometimes they put white one, and inside they put snow that chân kalna cái đại sạch, chân kalna cái đại sandai.
Okay.
To cook that one, to steam. The steamer usually has several layers. One,
Yeah.
the bottom one is with the water, and then second one is something, and then
Yeah,
the
we call them,
third, yeah, like that. So
we call
Srila
them
Prabhupada,
hori.
yeah, Srila Prabhupada had something like that. We can research in and the website that Srila Prabhupada has such kind four layer. So Srila Prabhupada prepared everything once at the same time. So it's very effective because it's very, yeah, not wasting the gas because you can cook everything at the same time. Apparatus mean, you know, apparatus mean equipment. Equipment, yeah. Apparatus mean equipment or utensil, we can say. Something we use, yeah. Tools, we can say tools, yeah. For preparation. Preparation means something. For example, we cook dal and then something else, preparation at once, at the same time. And then also check all around him, ancient looking portable typewriter. I don't know how to say in Khmer. Typewriter on 60s. There is no computer to type like modern days. It's very easy. At the time when we type and wrong, we have to, it's very difficult. Once I experienced on the first year of university on making the report using that kind of thing. Tatak, 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 tatak. That's very, yeah, typewriter in another section of the room. And that's manuscript. Manuscript mean, for example, if you translate something and then we write with the hand like this, and then collect it, and then again with a lot of things, we call manuscript. Manuscript means handwriting. Yeah.
Okay.
Or sometimes even if we type by the typewriter, we can say manuscript. Yeah. Manuscript. Hand. Like,
Handwriting.
handwriting, let's say like that. Manuscripts. He spent almost of his working hours. Working hours mean the hours when we are not sleeping. Okay. Waking hours mean the time when we're not sleeping. So Srila Prabhupada only sleep very few hours. Is here mentioned 20 in 24 hours, only 4 hours sleeping. That's only for not ordinary person. If we imitate, we will go sick. Typing the sequels are the 3 volumes. Volumes mean addition. For example, like Srimad Bhagavatam, in nowadays, there is, I think, a lot of, at least 12. It was the English edition. I used to see that there is 32 volumes of Srimad Bhagavatam. First canto, part 1, third canto, part 1, like that. So we can say volumes. When book is very big, it's not possible to be in one book. Then we set in the different part. We call that as volumes. Yeah. Like, yeah, Srimad Bhagavatam is. Bhagavad Gita is quite small. We can put in one book. There is no volumes, only one book like that. But Srimad Bhagavatam is very big. This part, that is volumes. Purchase meant by projected 60 volumes set called Srimad Bhagavatam. Yeah. Yeah, virtually mean, do you know virtually? And clipper, virtually mean something we made. Yeah. Something we make. Yeah. Virtual. I wish him luck with the publishing. He invited me back for Sanskrit classes on Saturdays and for his evening lectures on Monday, Wednesday, and Friday. I accepted, thanked him, and left, marveling at his incredible determination. Marveling means amazing, amazed or oh, I'm surprised, impressed, oh, like that. Thinking that is something is very great. Let's just continue now. A few weeks later, it was July 1966. I had the privilege of helping Srila Prabhupada relocate in a somewhat more respectable neighborhood. Relocate means to move from one place to another place. Yeah. Somewhat more respectable neighborhood. on 2nd Avenue. It means that Mukunda Swami was helping Srila Prabhupada to move from Bowery to 2nd Avenue, which is better place. Some friends and I pitched in and rented a ground floor storefront and a second floor apartment to the rear of a little courtyard in the same building. The lectures and chanting continued, and within 2 weeks, a rapidly growing congregation was providing for the storefront. By this time, a temple, this time or still temple, and the apartment. By now, Srila Prabhupada was instructing his followers to print and distribute leaflets, and the owner of the record company had invited him to record an LP of the Hare Krishna chant. I will see what is that's in an LP. He did, and it was a huge success. In his new location, he was teaching chanting, Vedic philosophy, music, japa meditation, fine art, and cooking. At first, he cooked. He always taught by example. Taught here means teaching. This is what is called, there is an irregular verb. Teach, taught, taught. Yeah. Either second or third form of teaching. Teach, taught, taught. Yeah. Yeah. Teach, taught, taught. Like run is also irregular verbs. Always taught by example. Always teach by example. This is the past participle. The results were the most wonderful vegetarian meals I had ever experienced. Srila Prabhupada would even serve everything out himself. The meals usually consisted of a rice preparation, a vegetable dish, chapatis, tortilla-like whole wheat patties, and dal, a tastefully spiced mung bean or split pea soup. The spicing, the cooking medium, ghee, or clarified butter, and the close attention paid to the cooking temperature and other details, all combine to produce taste treats totally unknown to me. Others' opinion of the food, called prasadam, the Lord's mercy. Actually, the meaning of prasadam is the Lord's mercy. Agreed empathically with mine. A Peace Corps worker who was also a Chinese language scholar was learning from Srila Prabhupada how to paint in the classical Indian style. I was startled at the high quality of his first confesses. So here it's very wonderful. Srila Prabhupada teaching a lot of things at the time. So Srila Prabhupada was cooking for everybody. He was old man, alone, and cooking for everybody. Not only one preparation, at least there is a rice, dal, and chapatis. Yeah, you know chapatis? Chapatis like that here. Yeah, Kia already know chapatis. Chapatis here. Maybe what's difficult word here? Chapatis, yeah, we can say. Yeah, this is the name of tortilla like There is a tortilla. It's like Western type of also the same, like flat bread like that. If you go to Angkor Market, you will see the tortilla. It's something similar or look like, yeah, tortilla, whole wheat. Dal is mung bean soup. Cooking medium. The cooking medium here means like something being used for cooking. The medium is a ghee. It's clarified butter. We can say kelantan dah maybe. I don't know for sure, but this is kelan dal bengkat pi be mau pi tak dah ko. No, we can say kelantan dah ko or something. Temperature, other details, all combined to produce taste. It's totally unknown to me. Yeah, for Mukunda Swami, it was something something new. He never tasted before. Food called prasadam, the Lord's mercy. Maybe I don't know what you will translate this. Prasadam. We can write. Yeah, this is Sanskrit term. We can just write how it sounds. We have to write it in prasadam. Prasadam. That is the sound. And as our agreement,
actually we can say some right word, and then we say prasadam, like we say like the food that offer to the Lord, and then we put like vonggejo, we say prasadam like that.
Yeah.
Or we can say prasadam first, sorry. Maybe prasadam first, and then and we sub with some right.
Po rabo prayer. Pros mau pi prayer. We can say maybe like that. The sound should be prasadam. Yeah. This is our agreement with Kala Prabhu, with Satyanarayan Prabhu. So write it how it sounds. Prasadam. Yeah. However, it written should be sound prasadam. Okay. Agreed empathically with mind. Yeah, empathic. Empathic means empathy with the heartly. Yeah. The scope worker, who is also Chinese language scholar, was learning from Srila Prabhupada how to paint in classical Indian style. I was startled at the high quality of his first canvases. The Srila Prabhupada was teaching how to paint that time as well. So I think it should be clear from this point. We just continue. We still have half an hour and still few paragraphs to cover for today's translation. I think now already eight or something. Just remind me, for today, I think we should come to 15 paragraph, I think, as far as I remember. Maybe help to check on the group. I just continue. Meanwhile, in philosophical debate and logic, Srila Prabhupada was undefeatable. No one can defeat him. Undefeatable. Undefeatable. Cannot. Defeat means defeat. Able, yeah, undefeatable. Cannot be defeated. And indefatigable. Fatigue, you know. Fatigue means, oh, I feel very fatigued or sorry. We feel very
Weak.
weak, yes. Srila Prabhupada never feel, let's say, when we feel tired. Yeah, never tired. Never tired. So by philosophical debate, Srila Prabhupada will never, never fatigue, never tired. Always wonderful. He would interrupt his translating work for discussion that would last up to 8 hours. Sometimes 7 or 8 people jam into the into the small. Jam meant together, like, yeah, jam together. Immaculately clean room where he worked, ate, and slept on 2-inch thick foam cushion, like a mattress, we can say. Cushion is like a mattress, only 2 inch. 1 inch is 2.54. So 2 inches mean just 5 centimeter thick. It's not like our mattress when we sleep, might be quite thick. Srila Prabhupada only in like 5 centimeter thick mattress cushion. Srila Prabhupada constantly emphasized and exemplified what he called plain living and high thinking. Emphasize means to make stress on something. Yeah. Emphasize means to make something very important. To make something as a very great point or very important point. Emphasize. Exemplified mean giving example. Exemplified. Exemplified. Yeah, giving example of the plain living and high thinking. Plain living means simple living. Living simple. And high thinking mean thinking for the spiritual being, for the spiritual life. Yeah, stress or emphasize, these two words is similar. Yeah, it's the same, let's say. Let's say we synonym. His stress that spiritual life was a science, provable. You know this word, provable? Provable means can be proved, possible to prove. Yeah, provable means possible to prove. Yeah. From the word proof. Proof and able become provable. Something can be proved through reason and logic. Not a matter of mere sentiment or blind faith. Yes, Srila Prabhupada giving emphasis or stress that spiritual life is not something just sentiment. Oh I'm thinking like this, and then as many people can think in different ways. But if just because of sentiment, because of just thinking like that, doesn't mean it's true. But here, it's provable science. It means that spiritual life is something that we can experience, we can feel. It's not just because of sentiment. Sign, provable through reasons and logic. Not a matter of sentiment or blind faith. Yeah, following the practicing spiritual life is not something just, oh, because he is saying like this, and then I follow. It's not like that, but can be proof. Yeah, provable. He began a monthly magazine, and in the autumn of 1966, the New York Times published a favorable picture story about him and his followers. Shortly thereafter, television crews came out and did a feature news story. So yeah, by Srila Prabhupada activities, that time the newspaper magazine here is making news about Srila Prabhupada activities. And then because of that, then there is television crews come to interview the Srila Prabhupada. We just continue. Srila Prabhupada was an exciting person to know, whether it was out of my desire for the personal benefit of yoga and chanting, or just out of raw fascination. I knew I wanted to follow his progress every step of the way. His plans for expansions were daring and unpredictable, except for the fact that they always seem to succeed gloriously. He was 77 and a stranger to America, and he had arrived with practically nothing. Yet now, within a few months, he had single-handedly started a movement. It was mind-boggling. Yet here, Mukunda Swami again expressing his intention at the first, but he was very amazed that he want to follow Srila Prabhupada all the way. Here, unpredictable means cannot be predicted. Unpredictable cannot be predicted. Yeah. Unpredictable. Succeed means success gloriously, with glories. He was 70s. It means that for them, for the hippies, for the American that time, Srila Prabhupada is like a already old man. Already old man, and it's not from their generation. It's not from their generation. It's an old man like that. It's a stranger as well. It's not their own people. Had arrived with practically nothing. As we read earlier, Srila Prabhupada only brings $7 equal to $7. Single-handedly mean only by alone, we can say, only alone, started a movement. It was mind-boggling. It's very, let's say, in the mind, maybe it's not possible. Okay, then continue. We still have another 20 minutes. Which paragraph now? If anybody can help me to count which paragraph now we are. Meanwhile, I will continue. One August morning, at the 2nd Avenue storefront temple, Srila Prabhupada told us, today is Lord Krishna's appearance day. We would observe a 24-hour fast and stay inside the temple. That evening, some visitors from India happened along. One of them, practically in tears, described his unbounded rapture at finding this little piece of authentic India on the other sides of the world. Never in this, Never in his wildest dreams could he have imagined such a thing. He offered Srila Prabhupada eloquent praise and deep thanks, left a donation, and bowed at his feet. Everyone was deeply moved. Later, Srila Prabhupada conversed with the gentleman in Hindi, and since what he was saying was unintelligible to me, I was able to observe how his every expressions and just gesture communicated to the very core of the human soul. Storefront temple, I mean like temple which is, can be accessed with directly from the road. Storefront temple. Yes. You observe. Observe means following. Observe Ekadasi means following Ekadasi or performing. Or observing fast means we doing fasting. Fast here means we're not taking any food. 24 hours. For Janmastami, the tradition is that we fast 24 hours. On night time we can eat prasadam on the midnight. On that evening, visitor happened along. So somebody from India is visiting the center at that time. In tears mean they are like a crying. Describe his unbounded rapture at his finding this little piece of authentic Indian on the other side of the world. So the visitor was surprised how that they found this very authentic Indian philosophy practice in this kind of world. In America, is very fallen that time. Even nowadays also, not only that time, nowadays more. Never in his wildest dream could have imagined such a thing. And this again offers Srila Prabhupada eloquent praise, mean what to say? Praising. Yeah. It's giving appreciation. Yeah. Appreciation, praise to Srila Prabhupada and deep thanks. I don't know what happened with my mouse. Okay, I just continue with the keyboard now. You'll see. Left donations level converse mean having conversation. Here, conversation or talking, communication in Hindi language. Unintelligible to me means I cannot figure it out by my intelligence. For Mukunda Swami that time, what he was discussing, Srila Prabhupada with this Hindi man is something he cannot figure it out. But Mukunda Swami that time can observe, or observe here mean another meaning. Observe here mean to see, to observe, to see. Yeah. The core of the human soul. Core is mean the very inside. The core of the heart mean the inside of heart. Just continue now. I will check if my mouse is working again. Or let me see first. I just unplug first and then sometime like this. Okay, I think now it's working again. Okay. If there is no question, I will just continue.
Yeah, you can continue.
Yes. And please help me to count in which paragraph now we are on. Because after completing 15 paragraph is for today. So it will be enough to that paragraph. Yeah, please kindly assist me to count which paragraph now while I'm continuing. Later that year, while in San Francisco, I sent Srila Prabhupada his first airline ticket. He flew out from New York. A sizable group of us greeted. Sizable means a small group. Yeah. Greeted him in the terminal by chanting Hare Krishna mantra. So when Srila Prabhupada arrived in San Francisco, that many people greeting him. Then we drove mean drive, drove. Irregular verbs here. Him to the eastern edge of Golden Gate Park to a newly rented apartment and storefront temple, an arrangement very similar to that in New York. We had established a pattern. Srila Prabhupada was ecstatic. Yeah, okay, telling story again. Pattern mean like establish a pattern. Pattern means something structure that having certain structure, certain pattern or path. A few weeks later, the first mridanga, a long clay drum with a playing head on its end, arrived in San Francisco from India. When I went up to Srila Prabhupada's apartment and informed him, his eyes opened wide, and in an excited voice, he told me to go down quickly and open the crate. You know the crate? Crate means usually like a box. When we send something, even within Cambodia, we will pack it. We can say the crate is like maybe more solid. Yeah, crate is not only box, but it is very solid box or very strong box, like say crate. I took the elevator, got out on the ground floor, and was walking toward the front door when Srila Prabhupada appeared. So eager was he to see the mridanga that he had taken the stairway and had beaten the elevator. He asked us to open the crate. He tore here means tear off. Man mean bambai de pontai. Meaning chang a tear off. Yeah, we know tear off is like this. Yeah. High, no, man. High, we can say like that. A piece of saffron cloth he was wearing, and leaving only the playing heads exposed. He wrapped the drum with the cloth. So Srila Prabhupada is showing respect to the mridangas. So mridanga actually should be covered like that. Mridanga is considered as Balaram himself. Then he said, this must never come off. And he began giving detailed instruction on how to play and care for the instrument. This is showing us how Srila Prabhupada is very detailed, even such a detail to covering the mridanga. He said, that's very instructed. Okay, Kia, can you count which paragraph now we are on?
Okay, so wait a moment.
Which paragraph? Yeah, I'm still continuing to read, and
I will count
yeah,
the beginning.
yes. While I'm reading, you can count also, and then we can see which part. We have only 10 minutes left. Also in San Francisco in 1967, Srila Prabhupada inaugurated Ratha Yatra, the festivals of the chariot, one of several festivals that, thanks to him, people all over the world now observe. Ratha Yatra has taken place in India's Jagannath Puri each year for 2,000 years, and by 1975, the festival had become so popular with San Franciscans that the major issues a formal proclamation, Ratha Yatra Day, in San Francisco. The chariot is rote, we can say. Yes, chariot is a rote. Festival, we can say something like a yatra or committee bon, or for example, several festival. Observe. Observe here means perform or being held, or being to make it happen, taken place. Major issue, major issue, major issue means something very important. Okay, and then by late 1966, Srila Prabhupada had begun accepting disciple. So Srila Prabhupada, accepting disciple means take something to be disciple or the student. He was quick to point out to everyone that they should think of him not as God, but as God's servant. And he criticized self-styled gurus who let their disciples worship them as God. Yeah, so Srila Prabhupada here is emphasizing that although when we consider our guru or teacher, a spiritual master, as God, we treat him as a God, but at the same time, we have to know that he is the representative of God. Yeah. Srila Prabhupada himself don't want that his disciple think himself as God. Because that time in America, many gurus, they claim that they are God. Yeah. So Srila Prabhupada wants to make clear about this, that he wants. And from our side, when we honor spiritual master, we can consider him as a God, as the servant of God, like that. We have to be very respectful, like that. And then here Srila Prabhupada, no, I'm not God. I'm servant of God. Then he reflected a moment and went on, actually, I'm not a servant of God. I'm trying to be a servant of God. A servant of God is no ordinary thing. So Srila Prabhupada is very humble. So we know Srila Prabhupada is a very special personality, but still he is very humble. And the next paragraph, in the mid-70s, Srila Prabhupada translating and publishing intensified dramatically. Scholar all over the world saw favorable reviews on his books, and practically all the universities and colleges in America accepted them as standard texts. Altogether, he produced some 80 books, which his disciples have translated into 25 languages and distributed to the tune of 55 million copies. He established 108 temples worldwide, and he has some 10,000 initiated disciples and a congregational following in the millions. Srila Prabhupada was writing and translating up to the last days of his 81-year stay on earth. So here, Srila Prabhupada was living on November 77. So Srila Prabhupada age that time, bodily age, is 80 years. Okay. So Kia, what is paragraph now? The last paragraph we read?
We're on 14 now.
On 14. This one is, the last one is 14, yeah?
No, not the last. Wait, the last one, 16, last one.
Last one is 16.
Yeah.
16. Oh, okay. So please see in the group. For the first day, I think, for the third translator is up to forward paragraph 15, I think. So in that way, it's enough for today. Because you said already 16 paragraph. Right? Yeah, I need, or we can count together again from here. So this is 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14,
It's just
15.
I just hear you
16.
now, so just,
Okay, yeah, 16.
you
Yeah. 16.
you lost connection.
Okay, so it's enough for now. We're passing a little bit.
Yeah.
So if there is no question or any comment or what, now is also timing to stop here.
Yeah.
For tomorrow, I will try to find out the timing, not before 9 o'clock, not before 9 o'clock. It's not possible for me.
You can join Zoom at the morning or afternoon, because at the night I learning online class.
Yes, this is also because today is the first day. We don't have choice.
Okay.
So for tomorrow, I will think maybe 10 o'clock start. 10 to 12 will be good for me.
Yes,
at least. So I will announce that.
Because, and also evening, we need time for translation.
Yeah. Because today we just appointing
Yeah.
after 12, and
Yeah.
it is very short. Okay, thank you.
Thank
Yeah.
you.
Yeah,
Thank
we'll
you.
see you tomorrow.
Yes,
Hare
see you
Krishna.
tomorrow.
Hare Krishna. Hare Krishna. Krishna Krishna. Hare Hare. Hare Rama. Hare Rama. Rama Rama Rama. Hare Hare. Jai Srila Prabhupada ki jai. Aku
Jai.
and then stop recording.